Does it matter whether you celebrate Halloween or not? Well, let me tell you something. If there is no God, it doesn't matter. If there is no God, it doesn't matter. If it's no God, then invite your whole family over. Invite your whole church family over to celebrate Halloween. You know, have a skeleton hanging up in the church. It doesn't matter if there is no God. But if there is a God, it probably matters to him. Now, what is Halloween really all about? I mean, when you think about it. You know, your Bible says this in 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 22. It says, abstain from all appearance of evil. Yeah, stay away from anything that looks evil. And I would imagine the Bible would say, don't celebrate it. Don't celebrate it. You know, is there anybody gullible enough to believe that when Jesus Christ returns to this earth and sets up his kingdom on this earth, is there anybody that thinks Jesus is going to say, I think we ought to celebrate Halloween? Do you believe that? That that's going to be one of the holidays that we keep, Halloween? That Jesus is going to say, yeah, Halloween in churches, that's a good thing. I think we ought to do that. I don't know. I don't know where your brain is. I wonder sometimes. Now, parents, what values are you teaching your children by celebrating Halloween? What do you hope to get out of it? Well, it's fun. Well, okay. People like being scared. Well, okay, but that's not my question. My question is, what values are you trying to teach your children by celebrating Halloween? I mean, what is Halloween all about? I mean, well, if I look at it, I think, well, it's about witches, it's about the dead, mediums, evil spirits, ghosts, demons, evil, you know, I guess that's what it's about. Everything that your Bible would obviously say, you probably should avoid that, stay away from that. I mean, stay away from any appearance of evil. Don't bring it into your house. Don't celebrate it. Don't celebrate it. Now, maybe it's just innocent playtime. We're just having fun. I mean, and I like the candy. Yeah, I like the candy. I mean, after all, there is something sort of fun about getting scared half out of your wits. I mean, it really is sort of fun. But if there is no God, I guess it doesn't matter. But maybe God has something to say about this subject. Let's take a look at Deuteronomy 12 and verse 30. It says, take heed to yourself that you be not snared by following them. In other words, what's this talking about? It says, God is talking to, he said, don't follow them. Well, who's them? Them is the pagan nations that surrounded Israel. And God says, I don't want you to be snared, don't fall into a snare by following them. And that you inquire not after their God, saying, how did these nations serve their God? Even so will I do likewise. In other words, you don't look around and say, well, how did they serve their gods? Did you know how they served their gods back then? They had a god of Moloch, and Moloch was, they would actually offer their children to this god. It was a statue, I don't know, it's concrete, gold statue of a person sitting with his arms out. And in that area where the arms were, there was a fire pit. And they would build this fiery furnace, you know, this heat, this hot fire right there, and they would lay their children in its arms of this pagan god Moloch and burn their little children to this pagan god. And they would play the drums real loud and chant and to drown out the screams of the little child. Yeah, but they offered their child as sacrifices back then. Now, I know we would say, well, we wouldn't do anything like that. That's barbaric to do something like that. Well, don't be so sure about that. You know, partial birth abortion is pretty barbaric when you think about it. It really is. So don't ever kid yourself into thinking, oh, no, we would never offer our children on a pagan god or anything like that. Don't be so sure about that. I just wonder with what's going on now with partial birth abortion, if we've gone beyond that.